Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at second and long. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Check 26, check 26.
From the 50, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Watson off play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
7 yards there and a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. 7 yards there and a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Gosh, when you've got Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week, watching your own video, your own tape, and you said, I think the runner's going to pop a few this week because of what we've seen from Deshaun Watson. His ability to get to the corner, that's where the focus will go.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, Watson. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Running left, Taylor. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 38, Herbert escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, They've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. The 30. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Play action. It's Herbert. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Eckler. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Browns defense stands tall. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. In motion is Grant. Watson. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Herbert to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Herbert going to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Down to an egos Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some okay things. Not a lot of points on the board, but enough for the win with how their defense was playing in this one.
Yeah, they certainly brought their A game, didn't they? They weren't fooled by anything that was presented to them from start to finish. That defense, they might as well have told their offense, guys, just kick a field goal. We've got it today.
So for Cleveland,